This is day 1600 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. Today we're doing your Adeh, Siman, Shin Lamed, Dalet, Si Vav to Yud Dalet. And we're in Hilchos Nidu in Cherem. Vav. So is the two rights. Kosa Ram, and the Ram writes case and then Nidu has Nidu work. Omen plenty of Shamta, they say so and so should be in Shamta, which is the Aramaic word for Nidu. Prakos Shein B'Shamta. Hey, no, we don't use the word Yam Shanta because Shu Chomer min Nidu. It's actually more severe than Nidu. I don't remember Nidu. Hey, Pinner the base Nachmir Lo Nego Chatuchet Omim Or. What's the difference? If the basin wants to be severe on him because of the severity of his sin, they say Or. Not just that he is censured, but that he is cursed. Panu Shamta Shish B'Nidu Klola. Shamta has Nidu and Klola. Censure and curse. Hey, what's the base in mind? Mishloshim Yom. If Basin wants to do less than 30 days, or Lohosti for that, or it's just beyond the authority to do so. Yesh the Basin Lachmir Lov Shaloya Mulu Banov. They can be severe on him that his children should not be able to get bris milah. So he covered, and he should not be buried with honor. Im Yomos if he dies, the guy should born him. He says safer and to kick his kids out of school. Bishon basically his wife out of shul. Until he accepts the judgment. If they see that this will cause his head to be lowered. But in other circumstances, you should not punish children on account of their father. And a woman on account of her husband. I feel even minor children. Bracket says, it's only when the circumstances are extenuating that you can punish the wife and children. What's the status of Muda? You can't sit in his 4 amos. Meaning around them on all sides. Except for his wife and his children are permitted. Some say the Chobnei Basin some say all members of the house are permitted. It can be lenient as according to this opinion. This is of sitting is 4 amos. Hain Beso, Hain Beis also in his house and in shul. Hain Beis in a public thoroughfare or besimta or an alleyway or b'stei or in a open field. Avalo basically it's not true in other people's houses. You can't eat and drink with him. This is true in any type of censured individual. It is neither because of a prohibition. He's supposed to love. There's an additional prohibition. Aim is on him. That Shem is because Maz don't count towards Zimun and Birkas Mazan. You don't join him to make a minion for any matter which of holiness. Should such a minion also which requires a minion of 10. Such as for davening, etc. That's if they specified. They should not be allowed to join a minion or a zimun. But by default, even though he's a criminal, or criminal meaning against Torah law, presumably. Or went against the decree of the Tzibor. If you do and they put him in Nidui, you can still join him for 10 or for Zimun. But I feel like Pirshu showed Sarfin, even they stipulated not to join him. Nevertheless, is allowed to daven in Shul. But people should distance themselves from his 4 amos. That which they used to kick him out of shul, they didn't have space for people to distance themselves for 4 amos from him without causing undue crowding. This is only to go into his 4 amos. If he goes into somebody else's 4 amos, also that second person does not have to distance himself. Test Hamnuda is also to wash his clothes, and get haircuts, sandal, and put on shoes, like a person avails. He does not have to rip his clothing, he does not have to wrap his head, he has somebody to lower his bed. Is also allowed to wash himself, and anoint himself. Is allowed to have marital relations. Is allowed to put on tefillin. Is allowed to inquire after people's, greet people. Is allowed to learn. He should teach others, and others teach him. And he can work for other people, and people can work for him. Somebody who's excommunicated, Lo Shonim, he can't teach, and people can't teach him. Lo Niskar, Lo Skoin, Lo, he can't be employed, and people can't and people can employed by him. Also, you can't benefit him more than his sustenance. He can still learn for himself, so he shouldn't forget his learning. Also, Chanus can make himself a small store, so in order to make a parnasa, to sustain himself. And you can buy from him in the store. It's only in order to keep him alive. Talk with a person who's in need or cherem, and unless basin was more severe and said people should not talk to him. Even when it's permitted to talk to him, we should not speak to them in length. Only as necessary, like the person who's in the morning. You're now then into his house. The whole base have a car our house like his 4 amos. As difference in this distancing of 4 amos, whether he's standing or sitting. When he's walking near it seems he doesn't ask for the 4 amos around him. Near because the base of Shila Idio Shikabo love if somebody has to go into his house in order that he should, for some purpose, like that he should come accept the decree based on his issue against him, etc. So he allowed to enter his house. You distance himself for Abbas, and you speak to him from that distance. Yud Menuda Shemay, somebody dies in the state of censure, based in Shulchan Menichim and Marona, based in sends and puts a stone on his coffin. By now Kivro, meaning on his kever, stands here. The simon as a sign. I guess a special type of stone. You don't do kriya on him, his relatives, and these when they revealed shoulders, they wouldn't do that. So you don't eulogize him. But the Avela can stand in the row, and you console the mourners, because that's honor of the survivors, not the dead. How he's buried, and the shrouds he gets, he's like any other people. That which you put a stone on his grave, and don't rip clothes or bare the shoulder. Is when he was put in the because he was rampant. He was mafkir himself. It was porik. I guess it's similar to afkir, but in any event, he is dissolute. And he violates the words of Chachamim. But they put him in because he owed money. Once he died, his button was also exempt from the Xera. You don't put a stone on his aron. But Maspinium was so correct, you give him proper estimate. You certainly rip clothing and bear the shoulder on him. They should be the Talmid Chacham if he's put in neither because he denigrated Talmid Chacham. Then it's like he was dissolute. For the even if he was dissolute, if it's true before he died, even they didn't have time to release him from his nidui. The nidui is removed from him, and he gets a normal burial and mourning. Even they're not allowed to eat and drink with him. Somebody violated this prohibition and ate and drank with him. The person who did it violated the prohibition is not himself in nidui. Unless Basin saw the severity of the original person's who they put in nidui. She told him to get and he had to make a fence. Then he can be stringent. Like no, since stipulate that somebody who somebody eats and drinks with him, assists his 4 amos, will also be censured. The Yeshua we have based in Lahokil Achmir, based as the authority to be lenient or stringent, Kaviros and him, as they see fit. Shamayim, who they do for the sake of heaven. Or also see if I was Lamed Yom, such as whether they add 30 days, or Mayim Lamed, or do less than 30 days, or just beyond they have the authority to do so. Chem Ratsushi Tzapula Sar Laziman, or just beyond, also they want to allow them to join a minion or a Zeman, they have the authority to do so. Ulevech, on the other hand, I feel when they do Machmas Mammon, even if they were just menadim because he owes money, in Rosh they don't want to join him to a minion or a Zeman, or just beyond, they have the authority to decree that as well. But by default, when it's a monetary issue, he joins for a minion Zeman, and if he is rebelling against whatever he's rebelling, we do aim at Sarfin. Dissolute is not a strong enough translation. It's a rebellion. Also, basically what's put in cherem, immediately after Nidui, without waiting 3 days, so just be on the authority to do so. Also, when the time of the end of the term Nidui comes, they can release him. Even if he hasn't recanted. Nevertheless, Tovu Shaloy, Tirlo Kozmat Shalachsabo. It's better not to release him as long as he hasn't recanted. In order that the fear of basting should be on him and on others. And the brackets, he says something which I don't think is important for us because it requires a lot of knowledge of the Shach and the Tas. Yud Beis. Komashis bara b'mnuda me'bastin. All this has to do with somebody who's in need from bastin. B'em devar moment, where it's a matter isham and barbera or a matter with an avera. Shenduyim kolel l'chol b'nei l'chol. And then there, these niduyim include everyone. Ben lira acheres, whether it's his own city or another city. Aviyesh nidui, but there's another type of nidui. Shachacham not an echad. That is individual chacham, not a bastin. And essential soma b'shuk photo. On account of his honor, etc. Kamoshi's bar, as we should explain, it's a partial nidui. Klamar lo nidui, not a total nidui. Aim is a call Kamoshi's bar. This doesn't have most varieties which we mentioned. People distance him in order to embarrass him. He doesn't have mourning and other severities. It says back in Super right? Mashkas Shach, B'sim Kol Chav Gimel. B'nidei Machmas Aver, this time Nidei Machaseh Lo Yadati, Ekan Lo Marim Aver, this is not the Bar Aver, it's a Chacham, etc. You know, B'hadam Yistam Nidei Lo Shloshim Yom. That would say that a default Nidei is for 30 days. Ok Shapir Shloshim Yom, or if they specify 30 days, Zelk Shlo Chazab, but that's if we can't. And Chazab, if he did Shuvah, I feel Nidei B'shum Maman Hafkerusa, even the Nidei was the count of money owed or Hefker being his rebelling. Mateo, so out you release immediately. I feel Chazabo, even if he didn't do tshuva, Yesh Misham no station so we release him after 30 days. But Dafka Shabbat Basin, Bakish Yatirlo, but only because the Basin asked them to release him. I made him a Bakish, who doesn't ask him, Mazalza Nidui, and he makes a mockery of the Nidui. Because I'm a Nidui, I show him we'll leave a Nidui until he dies. Yesh Mishchalak, but those arguments say that feel Bakish Lachar Lamed Yatirlo, that they hold that even if he asks after 3 days that they should release him, if he didn't do tshuva, and the issue which is the reason why he was put in nidui, we don't let him go, don't release him until she asks about until he does tshuva. Even if he did tshuva, don't release him within 30 days. But there is one who proved with evidence the b'chazabo if he did Takadu Tshuva, Legashum Dea Shizbar Shlola Til Tochlamin. There is no valid opinion which holds you can't release him within 30 days. And Kuliyama Maidim. Everybody agrees the Bechazabo if he reneged material lo miyad. We allow release immediately. Yudal Kfar Yisrael already said in the Zifa rebuke, Beres Yisrael Zay Yomim and Yisrael 7 days and Chutzot Yom Echad. And Chutzot 1 day. Mount Zifa, what is that? Who shall Adam Godab Goerbo. So great person rebukes him, Lomar, to say, Kama playing Chatzuf. How fresh is this person? Chatzuf is saying anything similar. And this is his sentence. Shemischabehi, you should hide. V'yoshim would sit in his house, call him the entire day. V'yonichlam, he should be embarrassed. And he should not show himself to he whom he embarrassed. This day he diminished the amount of laughter, dibur and speech, basakov and commercial dealings, and he should put himself in anguish in front of all the people who see him. Some say he can't get a haircut today. He doesn't have to distance himself from people, not by eating or drinking, nor with greeting. He has no halachas menovel. He doesn't have to go and apologize. The person can't sue him as chutzpahnik, and he doesn't be released. This is the apology, that since he conducted himself as one who was rebuked, for the time of the rebuke, mutzah comes mutzah automatically. But the rebuke applies even the great person not say anything to him. I should say, he knows that the chacham, that the Adam Gadol has A taina against him. So Nazifa Batsi Yom Echad, he has to conduct himself with Nazifa for that one day.